Okay.
Okay, let me know when you can see it.
Yes, we are able to see that.
And let us know when when we have to start.
Just a minute. Let me add a spotlight to all your team members first.
Okay.
Divya and last MeitY. Okay. We can
So
start
we
with the
have
presentation.
Avinash, we have Shreyas, Divya, and myself, 4 members, and we have Dr. Rahul Gotke as well.
Okay. We can start with the presentation.
Okay, thank you, team. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, based on your location. So we are from CGI. CGI is a multinational company based out of headquarters in Montreal. So we are a $15 billion company where we have a major focus on AI. So this year and going forward, and IFA is one of our innovation this year from the AI space. So we will be taking you through the details in the next slides.
Thank you, Manu. So IFA, or Artificial Intelligence for All, is a comprehensive machine learning platform that helps users develop, deploy, and manage machine learning models and AI applications. Next, please. So before jumping into the platform itself, some motivation as to what exactly led us to building this platform, right? So machine learning and artificial intelligence in general is a fairly complex process that requires subject matter experts from different domains. So typically we'll have your data engineers, data scientists, machine learning engineers, and DevOps engineers who work in tandem to develop models and then deploy it into production. This typically ends up being a fairly lengthy process from somewhere from 6 months to 1 year. And with all the essential skill sets and the timelines at hand, statistically, it's indicated that only 15% of these models make it into production. And AI in general is still widely regarded as a black box process. So this was some of the motivating statement, and that's where IFA comes into the picture. Next slide. So with IFA, we have tried to improve the issues presented in the previous slide. So we are focused on building and training these machine learning models in hours compared to months. And it follows a low-code, no-code approach wherein non-domain experts or business users as well as technical users alike will be able to train machine learning models and then deploy them into production. So this is a quick high-level overview of the platform itself and some of the key features that are highlighted. So typically users can go from raw data to analyze it, prep the data, and then evaluate different algorithms and push it into production in a matter of just 4 clicks. And some of the value add for the clients is reduction in the deployment time in itself, and that the data resides within the client's environment instead of getting exported into the cloud or any other places. And within the platform, we support for all the open source algorithms, and the AI marketplace also houses some pre-trained models across various different industries and use cases. Now we can move on to a quick video of the platform itself.
Okay, thank you. So there's a 2 minutes video. Please stay with us.
as you've already looked at the video and have an overview of the platform, I'll just highlight on few of the uniqueness of IFA. To start with, data foundation and data analytics layer is something we are trying to bringing in the platform, and we wanted to incorporate end-to-end machine learning lifecycle in the platform. So other than that, basically providing the IoT support. When I say that, getting data from IoT and also deploying the models into the IoT edge devices, that functionality is also available in the platform. Plus, the platform is highly customizable to the use cases what the customer is looking for, and it also provides the solution faster. And other than that, when it comes to uniqueness, CGI has its own way of ethical guidelines which it comes up with. So which includes data anonymization, data encryption, and also making sure we have the right access controls to prevent the sensitive information and also unauthorized logins. And we also support multiple regions data privacy and security standards like GDPR, PDPA, etc. And also in CGI, we do have our own data privacy and security team and the quality assessments team who assess the platform in terms of transparency, biasing, and the data privacy, and then allow the platforms to push into the customer environments.
As AI and machine learning are revolutionizing the industries across the board, resulting in expected revenue of around 96 billion by 2027. And the use cases are cutting across the industries, right? So take example of healthcare, like AI is being used to develop a personalized treatment plans for cancer patients and significantly improving the survival rates. JP Morgan, on the other side, is utilizing AI for enhancing their fraud detection and improving the accuracy of the credit scoring. And Siemens in the manufacturing industries is using AI driven prediction and maintenance to reduce the downtime and increase the efficiencies of their factories. Likewise, there are multiple innovations happening in other industries, and all these models are used across these industries, can be built using AI for all, that is IFA, with minimal efforts, right? Coming to the economic front, right? According to PwC, around 15.7 trillion business value will be generated by 2030 with this AI and machine learning activities, right? So while many of us says that AI will have the job displacement, but it's important to note that AI will also create new opportunities. For example, Amazon has invested in AI-powered robots, which will create new roles and technologies, roles and management roles in robotics domain, right? While COVID-19 pandemic has further accelerated AI adoption, AI models developed by companies like Blue Dot were among the first to detect the outbreak, and this our detection was done like 7 or 8 days before the WHO declared pandemic. Now let's assume if we had AI back then how many less life would have been impacted using this approach, right? Looking at the broader social impact, right, AI potential to reduce the energy consumption is significant, up to 15%, that from by a report from McKinsey. Example will be like Google, for instance, has implemented AI to reduce the energy consumption in their data centers by 40%. Similarly, IFA will be optimizing the AI/ML lifecycle, cutting down the energy usage through the faster training and streamlining the workflows. Moreover, from fairness and bias front, AI are being addressed on that. For AI, IFA is being addressed those fronts as well, right? So the developers will be able to detect and mitigate the biases in the AI models, nurturing the inclusiveness and the reducing the discrimination. So AI also offers visibility on the model development across the stakeholders and transparency according to the model development. So in conclusion, AI and machine learning are not just technology advancement, but they are transforming
Avinash,
forces
your
driving
time
both.
is up.
Yeah.
Your time is up.
So,
We'll start with the Q&A. Let me start with Professor Peter. Would you like to go
It's a
first?
nice
Yes,
work.
somebody else is speaking.
Since this is the innovation
Two minutes.
award, can you
Yeah.
highlight your innovation? Because this kind of
Oh,
work even ML Flow, Data Robot, there are a lot of open
Yeah.
source
I
framework
will.
are also available, and Data Robot is already established player in this.
Yeah. So I'll take this. My name is Rahul Godke. So I run the research labs for CGI. So the biggest challenge that a service provider today has is, and I'll state the obvious facts, and some of these will be pretty much alarming because what you see in press is not the reality. Only 2 to 7% of our clients are having successful production grade AI deployments. So as a partner, as a consulting company, for us, the innovation is to build a layer 2 solution that sits on top of proprietary algorithms and helps us fast track some of these AI lifecycle processes. So when you see our platform, we are subscribing to the open source algorithms. We are subscribing to the hyperscaler APIs. What innovation we have brought in is a layer 2 platform that sits on top of these existing assets and builds a layer that allows us sophistication, ease, and also a framework to build AI at scale or deploy AI at production grade. What you saw in the presentation, we have anonymized it because we are not officially allowed to quote some of these business cases given the anonymity of the confidentiality with the customers. But what we have done is, with this particular platform and with the innovation of fast tracking or bringing in automation for AI development, we've been able to have at least a good 10 to 17% of success in deploying production grade AI. I'm talking about production grade AI. To give you some example, the cancer detection.
Dr. Rahul,
Yeah.
Dr. Rahul, thank you so much.
Yeah.
Over to the jury.
Oh, Professor Peter, you can go next, sir.
Sorry, so I'm going to unmute myself. So I got some answers from the previous reply, but I still have one more question. So would you be able to concisely describe what is the most striking, maybe 1 or 2, 3 differences between your platform and the ones which you have listed in that very nice table with those little red, green, and so on dots? So what is the main distinguishing factor from that perspective?
Okay. Number one is the unit economics of the platform. We offer this at a fairly low consumable cost to our customers versus some of these platforms. Number two is we follow architecturally interoperable framework where if a customer wants to decouple or move out of IFA, we offer that ability to be independent of the platform. So there is no platform dependency for any buyer or any consumer. The other thing is we have got assets that we have built in, our best practices, our way of building or our lessons that we have learned over a period of last 7 to 8 years working in the domain of AI and machine learning, where we have brought those assets and made it at a platform level, which allows us to fast track some of the AI deployment activities. Those are the unique differentiation. The other thing is we are agnostic of business case. So the beauty of the platform is you can run business case that has got merit to be considered and evaluated on AI platform on IFA, and it gives you the relevant matching algorithm. It gives you a path towards assessing a potential use case for a success or a potential use case that can be then from a hypothesis point of view moved out if the hypothesis is not testing. So it's a complete life cycle framework, which is our differentiation, our best practice versus what you don't see in other platforms. Other platforms are built for vendor lock-in. They've got assets that are very well defined for specific use cases. As a provider, we're building a use case agnostic framework with a so-called acceleration automation layer, which is something that differentiates us.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Professor Kulkarni or Professor Zhang, would you like to go second?
Okay, thank you very much for the presentation and the response to the previous questions. So first of all, I can think of this platform as a very nice integration of proper pre-processing steps, right, visualization tools, and implementations of relevant algorithms. So I just try to see how you can beyond that. So right now, right, if you have the data, then you can just try to apply a number of appropriate modules and then show the results so that the users can really get some result. But apart from that, can you highlight something that is unique in addition to the integration of different modules?
So there are 3 things that we are doing, and please want to call out few things. We are not a product company, we are a services company, and for us it is important for us to show results on these areas faster. So our differentiation has been rapid AI subscription adoption, and also being in a position to help customers realize net AI benefits from an economics point of view. That means cost savings, value differentiation, experience enhancements. What we are doing as a company is we are also developing our Gen AI algorithm, which will be attached to this IFA's existing marketplace capability, that will allow us to differentiate from a pure algorithm point of view. Where are we with that level of development? We are, I would say, in a very early stage. It'll be very difficult for me to say when it will be released, but it will be at some point of time our vision to make it as CGI's proprietary LLM. Having said that, our integration and our ability to segment, manage, dissect, disperse, and also flush out data at a rapid pace with absolute transparency is something that is unique. You would have seen in the video, there is a leaderboard that clearly calls out the ranking of various potential algorithms that can be considered to solve the business case. That is our proprietary model that is built using our intelligence in terms of how we segment and how we prioritize things after understanding the marketplace framework that we have developed. So that's our differentiation. The other differentiation that we have built is the skills required. Understand one thing, technology is other thing, but the skills required to develop and build production grade AI in CGI is built on IFA, not on Hugging Face, not on a Google's LLM or an AWS. So we are skills wise made it very agnostic, and the whole approach that CGI and our members take to develop AI is confined to the AI IFA way of doing things versus looking at the last mile algorithm. So that's a big differentiation for our members, our employees to build AI at scale, which is very unique. So we have also built our layer of how to do the coding on IFA platform and stuff, which unfortunately we were not able to present today, but that's the differentiation. Our ability is faster realization of AI, agnostic of business case, and that's where we play in as a service provider.
Thank you.
Thank you, Professor. Dr. Kulkarni.
Actually, I have two questions. They are interrelated. Okay. The first one is very specific. As a platform, the value is understood, as a productivity tool, very well understood. The specific question that I have is many a times the data that you have cannot be directly used to create models, right? You have to create appropriate features.
Mm-hmm.
How does the platform help with that, if at all? Because one of the statements that I think many of you all made was that it is domain agnostic.
Mm-hmm.
So if it is domain agnostic, how would it be able to combine, let us say, existing data items into relevant features and then send these features into creating the model?
So
that is question number one. Question
Yeah.
number two is, what personas are you targeting? I mean, is it a productivity enhancement tool which helps your people provide better services? Or is it an enabling tool which allows people with lower skill to create models?
So let me answer the second one. It's pretty easy. We are targeting multiple personas. There is a developer persona, there is a consumer persona, there is a domain side business user persona. There are a whole bunch of personas that we have built. So the answer is it's meant for multiple different subscriber groups. The other one is, in terms of data, we do have a very sophisticated data transformation layer that does complete analysis of the data. It also brings in data governance. It has also got a marketplace. In marketplace, we've got banking specific models stored. We've got insurance specific models stored. So while we claim to be a business case agnostic framework, our marketplace today hosts close to around 300 plus well-known, sophisticated, domain-specific enablers. And we claim to be a platform that allows businesses to rapidly consume and deploy AI. We are an enabling platform, and it is important to clearly qualify that, because as a service provider, it is very difficult to build something, and I have to say that because it takes years and years to build an LLM, years and years to reach that level of efficacy. So we are here to build in innovation which allows us to rapidly consume tested frameworks and help customers realize benefits of AI faster. So that's the whole positioning.
So one of the strengths of this platform is also a library of templates, probably.
Absolutely. With CGI best practices, tested best practices.
Understood. Thank you very much.
So is it built on ML flow or Gen ML, or what is the underlying?
Okay, I'm going to defer this to my colleagues. I don't know whether they're still on. While I know the answer, I would want them to respond to this.
Very quickly, single line answer.
ML flow is just one of the components. We have support for
thank you.
open source.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Judas, for your question, and thank you, Team CGI, for your presentation and the valuable answers. Thank you. Thank you for your time.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Judas, we come to the close of the